Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for mid-September 2023. We are going to just do a Celtic Cross for you, and we are going to clarify it, but we're going to see what comes up for you at this time. In your present energy, you have the Nine of Swords. Pretty interesting because Scorpio had the Nine of Swords in exactly the same position as well. So some of you could be feeling stuck like on a hamster wheel, or you could be feeling stuck in a situation. I do feel very different than what I felt from Scorpio, just so you know. So, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, though. I do feel that. But again, I do feel the Nine of Swords is talking about something very different for you. I feel more of, again, that hamster wheel feeling, like Groundhog's Day, feeling like every day is the same, and feeling like your story is not changing. That can be very frustrating, but damn, look how good this is. I wouldn't even worry about that Nine of Swords at all with the rest of the reading. It looks really good. But again, I just kind of get that feeling. I also feel like there's something about your identity here. I swear I've said this to you before, but it's almost like you don't want your it's like you don't want your identity to be something or something like that. I don't know. I don't really have a good example for you, except for I used to have a business, like a marketing business. I still do work in marketing from time to time, but there was kind of like a trope, right? There was like some people would be very successful, but there was like another type of person that would do, what I was doing, and they just would not, they would just be like, there was kind of like a trope where they'd be like, 65 or something like that. They would be, like a dad, but they would like never have that breakthrough moment with what they were doing. And it's like, I started to identify with that. I was like, even though I was only like in my early 20s at the time, right? But it was like this weird paranoid thought that I had where I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to have the breakthrough. I'm never going to get to the levels that I wanted to be at, right? And it's like I didn't want to be one of those guys, And so I don't know. I'm telling you this because again, I kind of feel that for you, where it's like you could be looking at something like a trope, like that society has, like a certain title or whatever idea about like where you're supposed to be in your life, which is all BS anyway. And it's like, you're like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be, I don't want to be stuck, I don't want to be identified as XYZ. And, but really, you have the Eight of Swords as your crossing energy, and the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And so I feel for a lot of you that you need to realize that, the Eight of Swords is about needing to set yourself free. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It's like the only thing that's holding you back right now is yourself. And so, and the Eight of Swords has a simple solution, because the Eight of Swords represents only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways to do things. So I really feel that you kind of just need to open up to different ways of doing things in your life. Even in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Love it. Really good. Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance, success. It's a card of, kind of focusing on your own independence. But really, she's focusing on keeping enough energy for herself. She has 6 pentacles here. She has 3 pentacles over here. So it kind of represents the fact that she doesn't, overgive to any situation. She really makes sure that she is not, giving too much to anything, and she makes sure to keep enough for herself. So, I know a lot of readers read her as being single, but it's not true. She could be in a relationship, but she just makes sure that she's not overgiving in the relationship. She also has some skills, right? She has these grapes growing behind her, and grapes in the tarot, they represent something that is very difficult to grow, even in real life, right? Grapes are very difficult to grow. They, to grow well, to, create a really high quality grape, they, require special conditions. So, it kind of says that you have some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability that other people don't have, maybe something that makes you special. And doing, I think you've been thinking about, it's almost like you've been thinking about making that talent, gift, skill, or ability more a part of your identity. Again, there's something, I can't get away from that word, identity here. Maybe it's more like the story that you tell about yourself, or the things that you say about yourself, or, who you see yourself as, right? I don't know, something like that. You have the Page of Pentacles in the area of your foundation. I really like this because, I feel this is saying that, it's coming up in your foundation area, like the foundation you're on right now. And I kind of feel that you are in this position where you're kind of excited about new ideas and you're willing to learn new things. You even end with the Ace of Swords, which is, in certain ways is a very similar energy. But, I kind of feel you're in this like new, excited, position in your life. You're like willing to learn new things, have new experiences, explore new things. And, all of that is just going to be very beneficial for you. I feel it's going to be very rewarding for you as well. So, I see a lot of like abundance and rewards coming in for you with the Page of Pentacles. I also like see good news here. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be some good news that makes you feel like you have a more solid foundation, that you feel more secure, or you feel more safe, secure. Something like that is coming up here. It's so some of you could be moving on from something. You even have in the area of your past, you have the Four of Wands, and this past position can represent what you are moving past. So I do feel some of you could be letting go of a commitment. It doesn't have to be marriage. For some of you it is, but for others, it could just be something that you are committed to. And again, it could have to do with your identity, like thinking that you are, especially if you put a label on yourself, like in a job, if you think you are a thing. I don't know. It's such a weird reading, but I like it. It's like you could be saying to yourself, I don't want to be identified as this thing, that everybody says that I am. And so I really feel you're kind of breaking the mold. You're breaking the mold of yourself, and you're kind of making yourself more free by doing that. I don't know. Deep stuff going on here. Like I said, this is like deep work. I feel like it's taken you a long time to get here. I also feel I'm surprised the Magician hasn't shown up, because it's giving me that kind of reinvention type of feeling. And I feel you've gone through multiple like ego deaths or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? You've gone through these situations in your life where it's like you start something you think you want in your life, and then you kind of make a change, or you do something else with your life, And so I don't know that ego death is the right term, but I kind of feel it's almost like you've gone through multiple iterations of yourself. Deep stuff. Like I said, you have the Six of Swords in your very near future, and the Six of Swords is, of course, a card of moving on to calmer shores. I do just get like a lot of improvements here. So I feel that you are focused on, creating improvements in your life, or just doing more things that lead to more improvements. And, this could be like little habits that you're changing during your day. I also do feel that you're very much in a position of cutting things out that no longer serve you. So it's like you are very much removing the things that weigh you down. And, it's like, I don't know why that's popping to my head. Well, one thing I will say is that the Six of Swords can represent being stuck in the mud. Like, there is a way to read it like that. But, could you imagine if there was a bunch of weight in this boat? This woman and the child, they're leaving everything behind them behind. And it's like they can't carry a lot of weight forward, and it's almost like you're releasing things that have been weighing you down, that have been keeping you stuck in the mud. And I feel that over the next few months, this is leading to an extremely exciting new beginning. You have the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new, and it's a card of a very passionate new beginning. It's a card of being very excited. I always like to say that to me, the Ace of Wands is that card where you're doing something with your life where you're so excited by it that you shoot out of bed at like 5 o'clock in the morning. You're ready to go. You're ready to take action and make things happen. And so I get that type of feeling here on the Ace of Wands, that whatever it is that you're doing with your life is going to make you feel like that. It's going to make you feel like you are just ready to go. And I love that for you, Virgo. I feel this is very good. I do feel there could be a very passionate connection coming in for you. It could be another earth sign. I'm pretty sure that you get another earth sign with me all the time. So, it could be an earth sign, could be a person with a lot of earth in their chart or something as well. But, take it how it resonates. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Nine of Wands. It's kind of weird because, this could say that you're like the wounded warrior. You've experienced some wounds. You do have the Four of Wands in your past. So there could have been like an ending to a commitment. And the Nine of Wands needs to like try again. He has those 8 wands behind him, but he's willing to try one more time. And like, look, right here, you have this Ace of Wands. So it's almost like you're striking gold here. And this could be with a person if you want love. It's like you're giving love one last chance, or you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna try again. And I feel that you are being rewarded because of that here, Virgo. I also do feel that you're just, maybe going through healing. You're putting up boundaries. I feel you've had many lessons about boundaries. I'm cheating because of the astrology, but, based off your astrology for the past several years, it just wouldn't surprise me if you've had a lot of lessons in regards to boundaries that you set with new people that you meet, or just boundaries that you set with people you meet in the first place. And, so I feel like maybe you're not necessarily like guarded, right? But I do feel that there are certain things that you like now, that you have to kind of draw a line in the sand with new people or people that you meet. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. To me, that's probably a good thing, if nothing else. You have the Ten of Cups here, and the Ten of Cups is coming up in your future feelings. Love it. Can't beat that. Ten of Cups is, fortune after difficulty. Ten of Cups is feeling really happy and joyful and just, being really happy. So I feel like you are going to be very happy, and it could be a relationship. You could be meeting a person that you're going to have a family with. Even if you don't want love, I feel you're just like celebrating, having a good time. I would encourage you to open up to the positive people in your life and, have positive experiences with those people. And, I think all those things will just be so good. So, I see a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you. Your outcome is the Ace of Swords, the truth, living your truth. I don't know I do know, but, I personally believe that we are in a time of great truth. I mean, like literally, Pluto crossing the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. It's retrograding right now. It's going to move back over. Then it's going to retrograde again back over the cusp of those two. And then it's going to move back over officially in like November of next year. Then it's officially going to be in Aquarius. But the act of it moving, which it's done several times, of moving over the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius is like the truth. We're going to see, I say it all the time, we're going to see a lot of truths come out. And guess what? A lot of truths have been coming out. And, again, this is not a political statement or anything like that, but we're just going to see a lot of truths coming out in the world. I mean, we saw, why do you think we see like all these crypto scams getting exposed and things like that? It's because the truth is coming out. You can't hide from the truth. And so this is good. And, I feel that there could be a lot of truths, but, this could also be you being authentic, like living your authentic truth and what you really want in your life. I really encourage people to do this right now. It is scary. I mean, it's like if you have a career, but your authentic truth is that you become like a rare horse breeder or something like that. It's like, how the hell do you go from what you're doing right now to that? Like, how can you make that happen? It might seem impossible. You might be like, horses cost like $1 million or whatever the, I almost just said the F word on this channel. I can't believe it. But, it's like you might be thinking, oh, these horses cost a lot of money and I want to be a rare horse breeder or whatever the hell you want to do. And it's like, well, how can you do it? How can you make it possible, right? I love playing the impossible game. I love saying like, how can I do something that is impossible? And you don't even need to come up with a good answer. It's like once you just start thinking, like how can I get $10 million to buy 10 horses so I can be the rare horse breeder? How can I breed horses that grow a horn like a unicorn? How can I make that happen, right? It's like once you start thinking about it and you put it out there and you come up with an idea, even if it's a bad idea, the universe is like, oh, they're coming up with ideas on how they can live their truth. So we're going to get out of the way now. And I don't know, miracles can happen, right? And I kind of feel this reading is saying that miracles can happen, but you have to like start thinking like, how could this be possible? And then once you think, how is it possible? Like, what is the smallest, tiniest step that I can make, to make this happen? Like, how can I get close to this dream? And I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, but I would start thinking about it because, that's what this reading is going towards. Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you have this Enterprise card. I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun to clarify. And I love this Enterprise card. It's like, people think I'm kidding, but, it's like maybe you want to breed unicorns that don't exist, but maybe you could be the person that like genetically engineers them and makes it happen, right? But it's like, maybe you could just start selling fake unicorns for now, right? You could start a business that does that because you're so passionate about it. Then you become a millionaire, and then you can, kind of extract unicorn DNA from, I don't know, like some planet. Maybe you could hook up with Elon Musk and you fly to Mars, you find unicorns, you actually make it happen. I don't know, crazier shit has happened, right? So, again, obviously these are ridiculous examples, but it's just to prove that, again, where there's a will, there's a way. And I feel like you could really be making something like a miracle happen here. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the choice card. Yeah, you have a choice. Like, it's crazy. You have this choice card. She has 6 pentacles on one side, 3 pentacles on the other. I really feel that you need to be very, focused on what you get out of situations, people, places, and things. Pay attention to cause and effect. Like, if you put energy into something, what are you getting out? The more, like, the closer you pay attention, the better, and the more that you enter into more situations where you are being fulfilled and less where you're overgiving, the better. Those are the choices I would make here. With the Page of Pentacles, you have this empathy card. I'm pretty sure all 3 water signs have this card as well. Pretty weird, but, again, you could be attracting, I kind of feel like this is what you're attracting as a person who has a lot of empathy, a person who's very kind, caring, a person who's very giving. So if you want love, that's what's coming in for you here. I also feel like you need to have empathy for yourself. Like, you need to take care of yourself and make sure you're healing yourself and all that other good stuff. With the Four of Wands, you have this Fortune card. It's like I don't know. I kind of feel like you're being an adult. Like I feel like if you're leaving a marriage or even if you're just leaving a commitment, I feel like you're saying like you're at this point where you're like, okay, I feel fortunate to have had the experience. I learned a lot from it, but now I'm moving on. So I don't know. I just feel like a very mature adult position that you're coming from. Even if someone did you dirty, I feel like you're just like, well, it is what it is. Shit happens, and now I'm moving forward. Right? Six of Swords. I'm lightening the load. There you go. You cannot make this up. With the Six of Swords, you have this egotism card. What I literally said on the Six of Swords, it's like this ego thing where I don't really feel it's ego. I think ego gets a bad rap. Again, trust me, every spiritual teacher I've ever met that says they don't have an ego has a gigantic ego, right? So, that's what I'll say there. But what I would also say is that I think we need ego to survive. And also, we are meant to have ego. I don't believe in this whole, like, oh, you have to be 5D, blah, 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 blah. We are here to have a human experience. We're not here to have a spiritual experience. We spend plenty of time on the other side, and this is coming from a very spiritual person, right? It's like I believe we are here to kind of, have experiences. That's what we're here to do. And to, God lives through us based off of what we create. So I believe we're here to create as much as possible and to, break free from the matrix, right? So, I feel this is talking about ego death. I literally said that. That is crazy on the Six of Swords. And, but it's not like ego. It's more like I see just versions of you. You know what I mean? It's like you've had multiple versions of yourself and you're kind of reinventing yourself. Maybe that's the way to say it. With the Ace of Wands, you have this exaltation card. Very exciting. Something is, this exaltation card kind of represents something that is almost destined to be in your life. Like this is something that is meant for you. So I feel for a lot of you that there's something that's like really meant to, be in your life here with this exaltation card. And, I feel whatever it is, it's going to be a blessing. And it's the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is that spark of hope, that spark of inspiration. So I would be paying attention to those things. With the Nine of Wands, you have this manipulation card. This is actually a good card. It's not like, being manipulated or anything like that. It's a card of manipulating the energy. And so I feel now would be an amazing time. It's funny, I was saying magician. He kind of looks like the magician, this one. And, I feel now would be a good time to practice like as above, so below. I feel it'd be a great time to manipulate the energy, to use your powers of manifestation, joy, happiness, focusing on the good stuff. With the Nine of Cups, you have this resistance card. Pisces had this card in exactly the same position as well. We are in a time of resistance. I really believe it's almost like everything we want is on the other side of something we've never done before. I've been saying this since 2020, that I believe we're in a time where we really kind of have to push ourselves to that point where we would normally give up or quit on something, and then we need to go one step farther. I also feel that instead of looking at resistance as a bad thing, we need to say, no, I'm feeling this resistance because I am so damn close to having my happily ever after with the Ten of Cups. Like, you are so close, but you have to, again, if you allow resistance to stop you from getting to the other side, then you're never going to have it, right? So we have to push through resistance. I think you need to say, whenever I feel resistance, whenever I feel pushback or like people are getting in my way, I feel like you need to say, no, this is a sign from the universe that I just need to keep one foot in front of the other. Look, this is Taurus right here. There's a bull on this card. Taurus is one foot in front of the other. Funny enough, we have Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus right now, one foot in front of the other, right? So I just think you need to just keep chugging along here. There is no, and that's how you'll have the breakthrough, right? That's really what I'm getting here. With the Ace of Swords, you have this control card. Yes, I love this card. It's kind of like the World card. You can see here, it looks like the World. It is also Jupiter and Capricorn. So, the World card does represent Capricorn. And I feel like you could be having a big victory or an accomplishment here, especially if you're like, look at this guy sitting on top of the world. Like, it's like you will be sitting on top of the world because you're living your authentic truth, or you are living a more authentic life, whatever you want to call it. So I definitely love this for you here, Virgo. We're going to pull 5 main themes, and we're going to see what comes up for you. And I think I've actually been pulling 6 for everyone, but I can't count. I've never claimed that I could. You have this Tower card. It says solid foundation, success with effort. So, obviously there is success coming in for you. New foundation, new you. Really that's what this reading is saying. It's just a new you. You have this Hills card. It says obstacles to overcome. Hills, not mountains. You have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is always above the mountains. So it says you will always be able to overcome anything, any obstacles that come your way. You have the Seahorse card. It says family matters. So, again, for some of you, I feel that you could be dealing with family issues, or, this could be positive family things as well. Next, you have this tulip card. It says great passion on it. I do feel if you're attracting someone that it could be a very passionate connection. Again, Earth stands out to me. So you have a bunch of cards that would represent Earth signs. So if you're looking for love, could be like a Taurus or a Virgo or Capricorn. Could be any sign. Could be a fire sign as well. I think you always get Earth and fire with me. It wouldn't surprise me if it was like Earth with fire, fire with Earth, or something like that either. You have this barrel card. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. I kind of feel you're balancing things out, so if you do feel like something is missing, I feel like you're bringing balance to whatever that is. You have this finger card. It says warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Yeah, don't ignore things. We're in a time of the Wheel of Fortune. Like, I believe that we are in a very karmic time. Again, truth's coming out and everything like that. Like, when bad things come at you, don't run away from them. Like, take care of them right away. But I also say when good things happen, double down on your successes. Like, recreate your successes, because if you do that, then you'll have more success and less bad things. It's like you're tilting the scales in your favor. And I really feel that's kind of like what's going on here as well. That's like part of this. So really good reading here, Virgo. I love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.